Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fake Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we're going to be talking about Nervous Network, CKB. Have we hit the bottom? How much lower do we have to go? Let's get into this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Please hit me up on Twitter. Also, if you guys could help me through this bear market by smashing that like button, by subscribing, I truly appreciate all the support, folks. More than you guys know. So we got Project Kami launching on the 27th. One thing we can do to take advantage of these low CKB prices is to really load up on some Kamis. They're 5,500 CKB, roughly around there. So not a bad time to get some cheap Kamis in your wallets. The great project. I love the artwork. But let's really get into the price action and what's going on. So price action really has kind of come down over the last couple of days, right where I've been thinking, this 0.0136-ish level. And we can see that this morning, price did dip below the 786. So this is not a good thing. And currently, at the time of this video, we can see that price action is really testing the 786. And we're not really getting any solid candle bodies to really kind of hang above the 786 retracement level. We're seeing a lot of long wicks off these candles here. So whether or not we retest and pass through this 786 is anybody's guess at this point. Now, if we do see that happen and we can build up a little bit of support around this 0.0137-ish level, that might postpone things while Bitcoin kind of gets its act in order. But there's something that I'm kind of seeing a little bit early on here, and that is a falling wedge. And that's right. You heard it here before anywhere else. So I'm thinking that even if we do see a little break to the top, we might see CKB kind of come lower into these levels here. Now, I want to just kind of pull up a 1 hour chart here. Bear with me for 1 second here, folks. There we go. So right now, we do have some nice support, like I said, around this 0.0137. The next level of support, obviously, is around this penny level. So it wouldn't surprise me if we saw some sort of falling wedge or something right down to around these levels going forward if we fail at the 0.0137-ish level. This is very speculative. This is not financial or trading advice. The best thing that you can do when it comes to trading, folks, is maintain persistence when it comes to expanding your knowledge about patterns and the ability to forward think when these types of markets are happening. If I had to give anybody any advice, that's what it would be. To really be persistent about educating yourself on what is going on as far as patterns go, how things work. I'm not going to get into this anymore. But right around this penny level is possibly where we'll see this thing bottom out. You guys don't need me to tell you this. That's a very psychological number to be at. Reasonable, yes. Penny. So I do think that if we reject at the 786, we may see price action just kind of do kind of one of these things over the next few days, maybe into February. I'm trying to kind of feel that out. But at the end of the day, there is one hell of a nice corrective wave that has happened. So depending on what Bitcoin is doing, we'll kind of ultimately decide on what happens with CKB. I could also see some sort of bear flag kind of forming here. Maybe not this descending triangle, maybe something like that forming, or even a symmetrical triangle for that matter. If we see that stuff form, it's probably going to be a continuation of price down to this penny level. But let's just look at this on the daily chart. Right now, price action is way, way, way too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. So with that said, I mean, I really would like to see price bounce back nicely. You know, and I'm hoping we don't go all the way down to this 0.007 cent level. We'll reanalyze things if we get down to the penny level. But let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, folks, because really we need to take a super high level look at that. And here's Bitcoin, and you can see I've been kind of messing with this. And folks, all summer long, at the end of the summer, I should say into September, so right around September 20th, somewhere in there, I started telling everybody that there was this rising wedge that had formed. You can go back and look at these videos, myself included. I thought we were going to get another bounce to the upside before we saw this shearing off happen. So if anybody's really wondering, why we're seeing prices plummet since November, straight up, it's this rising wedge that I was calling back in early September. So we can see the amount of damage that this thing has caused. But I do still think that Bitcoin could be on track or on target to maybe meet up with this lower trend line here around 25,000 or this 29,351. We did see Bitcoin really drop off sharp this morning down to the $33,000 level. This was a level that I thought we might see, but I thought we would really blast past that and head on down to the 29,000-ish level. Right now, I do think that there is a chance we may see Bitcoin come back up and retest the 786 at or around 37K. Just by looking at this four-hour candle, we've got a spinning top, which tells me that basically people are just selling off. Is what's going on. So during this 4-hour session, we've seen prices run up to 36,000 and strip right back down to 35,000. So there's not really a whole lot of confidence right now in the market. We may see a little bit more sideways trading, but for the most part, this was a very nice bear flag that happened off this bear leg. So it is what it is. So I definitely think that the bleeding is not over, and I think that we will see price come down to this $29,000 level. We'll reassess at that time frame to see if we are going to hit this $25,000 Bitcoin. Also, this March 24th time frame is significant in my opinion. If we come back up to retest this $37,000 level, it might be over the next week. We might come up and test it a couple times, and we might see some sort of ascending triangle or symmetrical triangle kind of form along this. But I do think that as long as price action continues following this trend line here, we will get squeezed right into this point in late March. Until we break above this trend line, things are really kind of looking pretty shoddy. Gonna say that, right? Be straight up with you guys. But the next serious level of support is 29,000. No questions about that in my book. I'd say at the $30,000 to $29,000 level. So, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. CKB, just hang in there. If you can dollar cost average, even if it's a little bit, you may want to consider trying to lower your entry point or your overall average. It's not a bad deal. I personally love running the miners when price of CKB is cheap. It really helps, increase my return once the price shoots back up. So I am definitely hanging in there with the miners, things like that. I am spec mining in a way, still making profit though. So with that said, folks, hope you guys all have a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world. Big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel, $3 a month will get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. See you guys all on the next video.